In Washington, D.C., there is the National War College. In Carlisle, Pennsylvania, there is the U.S. Army War College. In Newport, Rhode Island, there is the U.S. Naval War College. And in Montgomery, Alabama, there is the U.S. Air War College. All these colleges are supported by funding from the federal government. And all these colleges provide graduate-level instruction to senior officers from government departments and agencies. The staff and students at these war colleges are numbered in the thousands. The United States Army National War College does original research on ancient battles. Instruction at the college involves the history of tactics for the use of force in battle and on strategies for the engagement of the war. This instruction always includes maps of the battlefields and how the terrain affected the deployment of troops and the outcome of the conflict. The terrain is very specific to each battle. For example, the Volga River played an essential part in the Battle of Stalingrad. The cliffs of Omaha Beach had an important role in how the Americans directed their forces on D-Day. The walls of Jerusalem were critical to the Romans and the Jews on that fateful day when Herod's temple was destroyed. The terrain often defines the battle. Once the battle is over, there's only one place in the world where the history of that battle can be told. And so it is with the Battle of Zarahemla in 87 BC. Anyone who has the command responsible for the possible execution of a battle wants to enlarge his understanding of the history of ancient battles. At the Army War College, military leaders learn the art of war by carefully studying the history of ancient battles. It is on the battlefield where the war is lost or won. It is in the heat of battle where leaders must command and control their forces by completely focusing on the destruction of the opposing side. The objective of a battle, regardless of time and place, is to close in and destroy the enemy. Army War College wants to know how the terrain affects the engagement and outcome of battles. Because the terrain has such an important impact on the engagement of forces, the place of conflict gives the name to the battle. All battles have specific dates. Here is a short list of some of the great battles of history. Omaha Beach, Normandy, 1944. Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, 1863. Stalingrad, Russia, 1942-43. Cannae, Italy, 215 BC. Kadesh, Egypt, 1274 BC. Julu, China, 202 BC. Jerusalem, Judea, AD 70. And Zarahemla, Sidon River, 87 BC. Chapter 2 of the Book of Alma gives as much information for the Battle of Zarahemla as we have for some of the greatest battles of ancient history. In this chapter, there are many details. The battle takes place over a period of 2 days. On the first day, there was a civil war between opposing sides on the east side of the River Sidon. The engagement on the first day was fierce. There were 12,532 men killed on one side alone. On the other, there were 6,560 killed. The total number of combatants in the Battle of Zarahemla was likely 65,000. The second day involved outside forces coming from the west. An important part of the battle was the crossing of the River Sidon. The city of Zarahemla was on the west side of the river. All these details are taken from the original records kept by Alma, who was the commander of the Nephite forces. The details are so clear. The terrain is so clear. There is no other place in the world where the Battle of Zarahemla in 87 BC could have taken place than in that place that is identified on the map of the battlefield. Let us now do the census scanning of the cornfields that have in their soils thousands of ancient fires from the ancient city of Zarahemla. Once we have found the evidence of those fires, we will have the evidence for the ancient city. While we are scanning the fields, we will also look at the digital maps to determine the locations of other features, including roads, buildings, and burial grounds. Zarahemla's existence will then become the key that opens the physical truth of the Book of Mormon. No one will any longer need go deep and deeper into the jungles of Mesoamerica looking for a lost city that has now been found. This video clip offers a short outline of some of the reasons why we are looking for the ancient city of Zarahemla at this site. The area is associated with hundreds of earthworks. In the last 200 years, descendants from Europe have found tens of thousands of points in hundreds of fields and streambeds that are at the site and in the surrounding areas. This is only the beginning of many more videos where we will continue to present new and exciting evidence coming out of the dirt and the water of those sites that are associated with Zarahemla.